Hi, let me tell you about the movie The Quiet Place. Subscribe our channel and watch retellings of your favorite movies and TV series. Each video saves at the least an hour of your time. The film takes place in 2020, in a post-apocalyptic world in which people are almost exterminated by bloodthirsty spiders. These monsters are completely blind, but have a heightened hearing, thanks to which, having heard the victim, they quickly overtake and kill it. A married couple of farmers, Evelyn and Lee Abbott, are trying with all their might to survive in a new environment where no sounds can be made. They walk barefoot, step only on non-creaking floorboards at home, and most often use sign language to communicate with each other. The family has 3 children: daughter Regan, who is deaf from birth, sons Marcus and Bo. It is not always easy for children to understand that it is important to not make no noise. One day, while on a camping trip to a dilapidated city where the family is stocking up on food and supplies, Bo wants to take a battery-powered toy, a spaceship, with him. His father forbids him to take a toy that can make loud noises, but then Regan gives the ship to Bo, who unknowingly inserts batteries taken out by her father into it. On the way home through the woods near the bridge, the toy in Bo's hands begins to make sounds, then immediately attack to the monster, who kills and drags the boy away. A little over a year passes. Evelyn is pregnant and due to give birth soon. Regan still blames herself for her brother's death and believes that her father is cold towards to her. Meanwhile, Lee builds a soundproof basement in the house where he can talk and where the monsters won't hear the baby's cries. He is also constantly improving the cochlear implant, which will help Regan gain her hearing, but so far she has not been able to hear. One day, Lee goes fishing with Marcus, while Evelyn stays with Regan. Regan wants to leave home, and after packing up, heads to Bo's grave on the bridge. Meanwhile, Evelyn is going laundry and returning home feels that her water has broken and labor has begun. Going down to the basement, she steps on a nail and drops the picture frame. The sound of the impact attracts the monsters, which climbs into the house. Lee and Marcus are fishing, and the father teaches his son not to be afraid to speak when there are other, louder sounds nearby, such as a waterfall. On the way back, they meet an old man whose wife was killed by the monsters. The old man screams in despair, which attracts the monsters and kill him. This delays Lee and Marcus, who return home only in the dark, seeing that Evelyn has lit red lights outside the house, indicating the alarm. Lee sends Marcus to set off fireworks to distract the monster. Lee himself sneaks into the house, where he finds Evelyn, who miraculously escaped death, and a newborn boy. Seeing the fireworks, Regan runs back to the house, bumping into Marcus on the way through the cornfield. However, monsters are walking around and the kids climb into the silo, where Lee usually lights a beacon to see if there are still survivors in the area. But no more lights are visible. Marcus falls inside the towel and nearly drowning in the grain. Regan jumps after him to save him, and soon a monster sneaks in too. As the monster approaches, Regan feels the sound in her hearing aid amplify so much that she can barely stand it. Suddenly, the monster runs away. Meanwhile, Lee goes looking for the kids. Evelyn spends some time in a dream, but suddenly realizes that the basement is flooded with water from a pipe, apparently damaged by a monster, and in addition, one of the monsters is nearby in the basement. She struggles to get out the basement when the monster runs away towards the sounds from the silo. After getting out of the grain and out of the tower, the children run to the house, meeting Lee on the way, but a monster attacks him. The children climb into the car, and the wounded Lee screams, distracting the monster, and dies. The children make it home and hide with Evelyn and the baby in Lee's workshop. When the monster, hearing the baby's cry, walks in, Regan realizes that the monsters are being adversely affected by the sound amplified by her hearing aid. She brings her device to the microphone and the monster, unable to bear the sound, falls and Evelyn kills him with a gun. Surveillance screens show that two more monsters are rushing towards the house and Evelyn and Regan are preparing to deal with them too. Did you like this movie? Tell us your opinion in the comments below this video.